They say patience is a virtue, and that definitely proves to be true in the whitetail woods. Sometimes the pursuit of these amazing animals can make you wait 20 minutes, 20 days, even 20 years. Sometimes the hours go by in minutes, enjoying the peace of the outdoors. And other times, the minutes feel like hours in anticipation of that window of opportunity that you have prepared so tirelessly for. When I tried to stop him, he just turned and started facing right towards us, and I was at full draw for 2-3 minutes. All right, it is November 3rd, 7:30 in the morning here in Illinois. I just got to the farm. I've been filming for Sherman with Wicked Dine Outdoors for the past couple days. It's been mild, most of the week, but Friday and Saturday we had a nice cold front come in. Sherman passed on a buck that was we both thought was probably about 130. After reviewing the footage, turns out he was probably pushing 150. Should have shot him, but that's deer hunting. So I just got to the farm here. I have to get a stand hung on this power line here. Been getting a lot of good movement up here. No big bucks yet, but it's bound to happen at some point. The rut's just getting kicked off. I haven't seen too much real hard chasing of does yet, but bucks are definitely seeking. We just need a cold front to come in and get them on their feet during the day. I gotta go up here, get a stand hung. So what I'm gonna do this morning is I'm just gonna go with my bow, kind of still hunt this power line that's right out in front of me here. Pick out a tree, kind of jet out of here about 10 o'clock, head into town. Gotta get a stand from the store, get a few things from the storage unit, and then we'll be back on the farm hanging, and then we'll figure out the game plan for this afternoon. But it's overcast today. There's not really much wind, but it's been forecasted for rain for the whole day today and tomorrow, so it might be tough for these next couple days, but I think around Tuesday of next week, election day actually, it's supposed to get good. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna go and scout out this area, see what we can get hung for a stand, and then we'll see how it goes for this afternoon. So quick little update. I got up here to where the stand's gonna be hung. I actually got the tree picked out right here. It couldn't be in a more obvious spot to hang the stand. It's a little bare, but I got a backdrop, so I'm not gonna be skylined. Just gotta stay tight to the tree, but you can see a long ways from here. It's up on this little knob on the southern part of our property with a power line that divides us from the neighbors. So I'm gonna sneak out of here real quick. I already know what I'm gonna do with the stand. Just gotta go get the stuff to do it. I just want to be in and out of here, cause as little disturbance as possible. It's drizzling right now, so that'll cover up our scent in here. It's a good time to get this done, and then we'll hunt hard after them. We got some good bucks on this farm. No real slobs yet, but every year on this farm, when the rut comes, first week of November, the big boys start to show up. We've got the does for them, so we'll just have to see how it goes. All right, so we got a change of plans here. It's 3:30 right now in the afternoon. It's been way too hot all day. The rain let up at about 1 o'clock, but it's 70 degrees right now. I've been monitoring cell cam pictures all week. There's nothing moving today. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep the pressure low, stay out of there for tonight, just do a couple loops around the farm. I've got a few different bucks on trail cam pics that look like they could be shooters, but they're right on the borderline with 140. So I'd like to get some eyes on them, see maybe if a couple of them are out chasing in the fields, if they are moving tonight. But that's going to be the game plan for now, and then once I get back to the lodge, I'm going to regroup and formulate a plan for tomorrow. Joe's coming in. He's leaving from Connecticut in about half an hour, so he'll get in at some point on Monday, tomorrow, and then we'll be able to tag team the farm together. So it'll be perfect timing Tuesday once we're both hunting. Looks like a cold front's coming in, so should be good. So it's November 4th, 1:30 in the afternoon here. Been in the stand for about half an hour. There was a doe bedded right below the sticks coming up, about 5 yards from the sticks, and a little blowdown. So there's definitely does in here. We're right outside their bedroom. We're in a stand called the Jungle Stand. It's super thick in here, and it's a nice travel corridor. You can probably see over my right shoulder in the camera right here. There's a big knob, and a lot of bucks like to bet on it. They can see a long ways into the bean fields and the hay fields that we've got off our left shoulder. So it's pretty warm, like I said, 71 degrees, and it's a light drizzle right now. I got the rain gear on, so looks like the rain for the most part should skirt us, but we're going to be getting bad storms tonight and later tomorrow morning. So we're just going to hunt till dark tonight, try to see if we can catch anything slipping through. This is a stand that has a lot of promise. I hung a camera in here last year and got multiple pictures of a 200-inch deer, so I'm going to be pretty picky with the bow. I've got a couple management deer that I have targeted for gun season, that I look to plan on filling my tag with one for gun, but with the bow we're going to try to be picky, so we're going to hunt hard and see what happens. cell cams, it looks like, you know, they're seeking still, so he's pushing her around. Probably within 100 yards of where we are right now. You know, I only got the picture 5 minutes ago, so he could come through at any time, but like I said, I'm being picky, so he might get a pass. We'll have to see if he shows up, though. So we're starting to run low on light here. We probably got half hour, 45 minutes left max. Had about 5 does, a couple fawns up on the ridge to our right. That's where we were getting the cell cam pictures of that good 8-pointer up there. So we never did end up seeing him. Maybe, you know, we'll try to sneak down in the bottom right before dark, head out to one of the fields, but I'm not sure if we'd shoot him anyways, even if he did walk by, but it'd be nice to see him, so we're gonna hang out for this last half hour, and then we're gonna get down. Joe should be getting to the farm in a couple hours with the RV, so we'll get that all set up, and then we'll be able to hunt right off the farm for the rest of the season, so should be good. Just need a cold front to come in. Alright, it is November 5th here. It's about 2 o'clock. Temperature is 55 degrees. We got a north wind, but it's kind of swirling a little bit where I'm at. I'm set up in a stand we like to call the graveyard stand. Basically, I'm set up right in the low spot between two ridges. One of them's running east to west on the property on the southern border, and then the other one runs north and south along our western property edge. Yeah, I'm down in this little bottom where these 2 ridges connect. It's a perfect staging area in between the bedding on top of the ridges, so I'm expecting some big bucks to be cruising these ridges looking for hot does. I do have a scent trip set up with some doe estrus on it to see if we can maybe try to pull a big buck down into the bottoms. I haven't been in for too long, but so far no movement. Didn't bump anything in on the way coming in, so it should set up nice. It's really quiet in the woods today, so no wind really actually at all, so I don't think the wind should be too much of a problem, but we're gonna sit tight, do a little rattling, do a little grunting, and see if we can try to pull one in. It's sweet November, so all you gotta do is be in the woods, and you never know what could come walking by. the stand, and 2 bucks were chasing her, so they followed the script, but so far nothing bigger than a half rack, so we just need some mature deer to come through, and we'll be looking good. So we're gonna stick it out here until dark. Probably be right back here in the morning, so I'm just gonna leave everything in the tree. I think this spot produces a lot better in the morning anyway, so we're just gonna have to sit tight and see what happens. So it is November 7th, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're back in the graveyard stand where we were at last night. The cold front that we've been looking for is finally in. It's about 45 degrees this morning. Not too much wind, but what wind there is, it is swirling all over the place. Which isn't optimal considering we're in a little bit of a bottom this morning. Thermals are rising. It's gonna be one of those mornings where kind of anything can happen. Luckily we're sprayed down. We're just gonna sit tight, sit as long as we can this morning. We've had a lot of deer moving, a lot of big deer moving 12 to 2, so that's a sweet time to be in the woods during the rut. So we're gonna try to see if we can get a midday cruiser, early morning cruiser. Who knows? So that was a pretty awesome encounter. Those 2 little button bucks are just taking off over the other side of the ridge right now, but they were about 20 yards right underneath that scent drip I put out last night. I don't know, within probably 5 minutes, right over my left shoulder right here where this ridge is, probably 7 or 8 does came and started bolting towards the southwest corner, and I couldn't film them. Then I turned my head. There was a good buck, probably right around 120, not a shooter, but he was moving along in this thick stuff. I could see him pushing a doe around, and then I could see another 6-pointer in there with him, and they were just pushing that doe and that thick stuff behind me. She eventually came out, and the 6-pointer was right behind her. I never saw where that other buck did go, but I don't think he was a shooter anyways. So, but that was pretty awesome. We just had probably 10-15 deer all around the stand within 40-50 yards at the same time, so it was tough to get it on film. I see a deer moving up there. It looks like a buck. A small little forker up there. But that doe that those bucks were chasing, she must have been hot, because they were right on her, and they just pushed her right through. Didn't even worry about anything around here, just solely locked in on that doe. So it's rut now. We just gotta stay in the stand and hope a big one walks by. As action around the farm began to die down, Joe decided to make a move at a new stand we call the cut through and hang a set in hopes of catching crabs in transition from beans to the green fields.
There's got a buck we call crabs. He's been daylighting on this camera that I have set up here, so there's a fresh scrape, and so we're gonna get it up real quick, and then we're gonna be back in here tonight and hopefully we can lay him down. He's been in here a few times already during the day, so hopefully we can pull up the area and get on him.
because I don't really see a lot of deer moving at first light in this spot. It's normally about an hour after. And as I was taking a sip of coffee, scanning around, I had one of our target bucks, crabs, walking right down the hill at me. I tried to get the camera spun around and get my bow. I don't think I even ever got on focus on him, but he's not a very big deer score-wise, but he's big-bodied and he's a bully buck, so he's got to go. I think he's one of the more dominant deer in this area, and I think he's preventing us from holding a lot of the bigger caliber deer that we can. So I wish I could have killed him, but hopefully he comes back. I think he might have been with a doe. I heard one take off up on the hill in front of him, or another deer at least, but he didn't seem like he was moving too urgently, so I don't think he was locked down with anything. Probably just cruising through. It's November 9th. It's November 11th. Alright, well, it's November 14th. So it's 2:30 here. Just got back into the stand. I got down at probably right around midday, 12 o'clock. Crept over this little knob and adjusted a cell camera that we have. It was taking some pictures, but not very many. I know there's this run that comes up over this knob that I've seen 3 different good bucks in the past 2 years take, all heading towards this power line right behind me. So I adjusted that camera, crept out of here, got some lunch, and then now I'm right back in here. So just bumped a little spike and a doe. Neither of them blew though, so shouldn't be an issue. I bump deer on the way in almost every time I sit in here, and they come right back in here as long as you have the right wind and you don't pressure them too much, which I don't in here. I only ever hunt this spot during the rut, and that's it. So I only ever really hunt it mornings too, but I'm kind of hammering the graveyard right now, but it's the best spot on the farm, I believe. So just gotta stick it out like I said earlier today. Gotta be patient, so we'll be here till dark. I have a feeling that crabs is gonna come through here at some point, and that's the deer that I'm really targeting right now. I know he's not the biggest, but he'll be lucky if he scores 130, 135. But I think he's a mature deer. I think he's a dominant buck. That's probably a fighter. He's blind in his right eye. If he comes in with his right side facing us, I think he's a dead deer walking. So we just gotta, like I said, keep patient and gotta hunt hard. There's crabs on the hillside. Just about out of camera light. Got maybe 5-10 minutes left if we're lucky. Had a bunch of bucks cruising through here this afternoon. I've hunted this stand a good amount in the afternoon, and I've never had this much activity, especially buck activity in here. So it's a really good sign. I'm gonna be right back here in the morning. Should set up with another good win for it. So I'm just gonna keep hammering down in here. I'm not getting busted. I'm not really pressuring these deer. I'll bump a doe or two bedded along the cornfield or the bean field on my way in every morning. But I do it every year. It never affects these deer as long as I keep the pressure low. So like I said, I only really ever come in here during the rut, so we're not far from the doe bedroom. So we just gotta keep playing the patience game, like I said, and we gotta catch the odd man out. There's gonna be bucks locked down with does. We gotta find one that's cruising that hasn't locked down yet. It's gonna give us our opportunity to shoot one. So be right back here in the morning. Gotta keep hunting hard, gotta keep staying patient. It's only a matter of time before it happens. I know this deer crab still likes this area. He's gonna make a mistake if he's still around no gun season. We're gonna be on him, so. It's November 15th. Back in the graveyard stand. It's just starting to break daylight. It's damp this morning. Kind of drizzled a little bit all last night, so really soft leaves, so it's going to be super quiet this morning. And there's a good amount of fog too, so not a great visibility. But it's crisp this morning, so I think there's going to be a lot of deer movement. We had a lot of good bucks cruising last night on trail cams. Had one really good buck, probably 160s, that we haven't seen before, so it's that time of year where new bucks are going to start showing up. So all we can do is wait. I think it's going to be a good day today, though, so we just gotta hang tight, stay on alert. scary. I knew there was gonna be a buck behind that doe. If I had my bow, I could have stopped him at 30 yards, probably 35. But he's not a shooter. I grunted at him, and he was getting ready to come out to a lane that I had at about 40, but he skirted it. I never reached for the bow anyways, but that was pretty fun. Got me a little excited, so nice buck. Just had crabs in here again at like 90 yards, 100 yards up on this knob. I saw it was him through my binoculars. There's a little buck right now cruising around up where he was. I didn't see him that long ago, but he was only 90, 100 yards away. Looked like he was cruising, looking for a doe, but no shot opportunity. So hopefully he comes back through, but he definitely likes this area, so we are going to kill him here eventually. If he makes it to gun season, he's done. November 20th, about 7 o'clock in the morning. We're set up in a stand on the ridge east of us from the jungle stand that I was talking about a couple days ago, except we're set up a little further east. This is a stand we call the Mr. 200 stand. Stand where we had last year a lot of daylight pictures of deer. That was definitely a 200-inch deer. He moved in, and he hung around until the end of the season into January, so I it's definitely a bedding area up here. But bucks have been cruising through looking for does throughout the rut, I've noticed on trail cam pictures. And from deer movement I've been seeing when I've been on this east side of the road. So I know from history they like to lock down up here too. So we just gotta stay quiet, stay put. And it's a really good area, it's thick. So we have an opportunity with the bow to kill a good buck. So we just gotta keep hunting hard. Patience is the name of the game. I've been saying it all month, so it's bound to pay off, or we let them walk and they get bigger next year. Deer everywhere this morning. Oh my gosh, that happened so fast. I don't even know what to think. I just smacked them at 20 yards. Well, here we are with Trident. I mean, what a absolute beautiful deer. So much character on him. Was a 14 pointer. He did have split brow tines, but he broke both of them off. He had a longer G4 here on his right side that he broke off too, so he's definitely been doing some fighting. Man, what a pretty deer though. He's I thought he was 3.5 basically all year. Dad saw him at 20 yards and he passed him because we had him originally on the no shoot list. Said he's a stud of a deer, and I'm not passing him again if I see him, and I don't blame you guys if you don't pass him either. So he's the biggest deer I've ever killed so far, and he is a just absolutely gorgeous deer. The morning this morning was pretty fast. Got set up in the stand, did my interview, and then immediately had a small buck grunting and cruising right underneath the stand. Had another little, I think it was a little spike, or it could have been a doe that flashed right by me at like 10 yards right after that. So I knew it was on this morning. It was windy, cold, probably 30 degrees with gusts of 35 miles an hour. You can probably still hear it now. But probably 10 minutes after those deer came by, had a doe coming up, and all I could see was that coming right behind her. Didn't see the split brow, so I didn't think it was him at first, just knew it was a shooter. And then once he got through the thick stuff, I saw the Trident on the LFG2, and I knew it was him. He was at probably 20 yards for, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds. I could have shot him on camera there, and I mean, I really wanted to pass him, just because I know what this deer could turn into, but also there's no guarantee that he'll be here next year. I tried to stop him 4 different times, and I stopped him at 20 yards and put it right in the Boilermaker, and he only went about 80, so just an absolutely awesome deer. I'm pumped. November 21st, I killed my biggest deer I've ever killed so far, and now I've got gun season tomorrow. I'll be after crabs in the graveyard. See if I can't go back to back, or if Dad or Joe can get back here. They'll be here at 11:30 tonight, so they'll be back to gun hunt. So hopefully we can put another couple good bucks down here on our property in Illinois. So I'm absolutely pumped. And what an awesome deer. Couldn't be happier. It is 2 o'clock. Just got set back up in the stand here. We're in the graveyard today. Sat here this morning. Had a decent morning for opening gun. Right at probably 20-30 minutes after first light, had a little spike come through, and then doe and a fawn, probably about an hour after that. And 10:30, had that buck Juicy Fruit come through, cruising, looking for does. So we passed him again. He is a really nice looking buck, but not a shooter, so he's tempting. I mean, we had him around us for probably 5 minutes, within 60 yards with the gun, so could have squashed him a couple different times, but let him grow. ridges that we're set up in between in this kind of saddle. So it's only 2 o'clock right now. I'm on obviously until dark, but if he's not locked down with a doe, I think we can catch him cruising through here looking to pick up a hot doe. I know there's a lot of doe bedding areas in this kind of corner of the property that we're at, so it has second rut written all over it, and you know, he's a mature deer that's cruising looking for does, so we can catch him in here making a mistake with the gun and try to double up on back-to-back days. So we got Trident yesterday. We're looking for crabs or another mature deer now, so we've got a couple days left in Illinois for our season, so we gotta make it count. Well, my hunt is getting cut short. You can hear me talking. It's because I don't care if anything gets busted out right now. That's because I just heard a shot that was really close. And I texted the group chat. I said, that sounded close. And I immediately got a call from Joe, and he just told me that he just shot crabs. And he's dead in the field. So I'm pumped. We're going to go help recover him. I knew he was going to get killed in gun season somewhere on this corner of the farm, so I'm pumped that we got him, and I'm pumped for Joe. He said it looked like crabs. He was coming right at him, so I'm going to head down and go help him recover him and take a look at him. So we got 2 down in back-to-back days. It's popping off here in Illinois.
Well, the hunt for crabs is over. We said it for a couple weeks now that if he keeps doing what he's doing, he ain't gonna make it past gun season, because we had multiple chances or opportunities with him with the bow, just couldn't make it happen. Brandon had quite a few opportunities, just could never get the shot off, you know, ethically, and flew in late last night. I was exhausted. I laid down for a half hour, so I was a little bit late going in, and I come up over the hill, and here he was coming right at me, and I didn't get the shot on film, but I couldn't pass him up. He was 70 yards from me, coming at me, didn't even see me. I got off the Quiet Cat and took off the gun and had a chamber around and everything, and he still didn't see me, and then he didn't even know it hit him. He only went about 30 yards and piled up. Watching him pile up right in front of me, which was awesome. Old deer. I didn't realize, I don't think how old he was with all the trail cam pictures, but big Roman nose, heavy mass, just all these gnarly little points. I couldn't be happier. I was a little unsure in the beginning of the season, but we knew this was one of our target bucks because he's so old. He's got such a crazy rack, but he's definitely worn down. He's been rutting hard these last couple of weeks. Oh, he's just an awesome deer. I like the gnarly ones.
You got a thing for him too. The first year, yeah. The Night King, yeah. And now crabs.
Yeah, that first year buck, he reminds me, I bet you he's related.
Oh, I bet they're probably similar age. Because that deer you killed the first year was an old deer.
He was 5 at least, but he's got so much of the same characteristics.
Characteristics.
Yeah. that. But tight, tight frame, heavy mass, lots of kickers and daggers. Like, yeah, I think a lot of the other deer are gonna be happy that he's gone, because there's no doubt I wouldn't want to mess with this guy.
It is the last day of first gun season here in Illinois. Basically just overlooking this big 150 acre cut bean field, and deer have been dumping out into it. Multiple areas every night. So since we have the boomstick, we're right where Joe shot crabs yesterday. The farmer told us that there was a big buck right outside the cow pasture, so we're gonna sit up on top of here. We can basically see the entire farm from here. So any cameras go off or we see any deer, we've got the quiet cat, we've got the boomstick, and we've got daylight hopefully, so we can try to make a move and get another good buck down.
For a season that was filled with success and promise for the future of our farm, I couldn't have dreamed up a better ending than the last night of gun season. To be there with my dad as we stood over the biggest deer he has ever killed in his 20+ years of traveling the Midwest really showed to me once again that patience does pay off.